Good evening and welcome to 2026 first virtual open mic of the year. And like we have been doing it for the past many years now. It's been almost 5.5 years that we have started the Speak Up Club, and we have been engaging in this open community where we come, we share, and we listen, and we leave wiser and enriched with the perspectives of that one theme. Having said about for the people who are joining us for the first time, okay, Speak Up Club is an initiative that started in 2020 May as a simple platform where people can come and express their stories. It's not a public speaking platform. It's a platform where we learn and express the perspectives and the stories that each one of us have lived and experienced about the theme of a specific meeting. Why we have a theme is unlike a regular just open mic, which is random and has different forms of expressions. Nothing wrong in that. But at Living Life and in Speaker Club, what we want to leave the room, leave that one meeting, is left leaving the room enriched about one specific theme where all of us collectively, not just me or the insights that I'm providing, each one of you and the stories that you are providing and bringing onto the stage is something that we all want to leave enriched with. So that's the idea of Speak Up Club, of what we want to do and how we have envisaged this platform. We have had over 250 sessions until now, 160 plus sessions, which are the open mics, and approximately 90 sessions of the member only meetings that we have, in which we have public speaking development and different programs that we run. So that's how the initiative has run for the past 5.5 years now. Today, with the Republic Day closer, we thought of a theme, something which is related to the Republic Day, and something that is not about the country or the constitution or the rules that governs the country, but about something that's deep within us, about the values, the beliefs of some rules or something that you live for, you stand by, and something that governs your life. We are looking for stories and experiences around your beliefs of what is it that helps you or is a compass of your life through which you are able to navigate life in a better way. There's no right or wrong here. Whatever you follow, whatever you believe in, what's that mantra that you believe in and stand for is what we're looking to hear stories about. So, before we get into the theme, and I invite each one of you all to take stage and share your perspectives, your stories, let me give you a context. Sri Krishna, can you be the timer by any chance, if it's possible? Can you check if you're able to do it?
Sure.
Perfect.
Is it
He's
visible?
always ready with it. Thank you, Sri Krishna, for always being instantly ready whenever we need you with any role that you're performing. So yeah, before we get into each one of your open mic, what I want to ask you is, why do we celebrate Republic Day? I'm not asking for the bookish definition. I'm asking for what's the spirit or what's the thought behind celebrating a Republic Day when we already have a something called as Independence Day. We are talking of freedom. We are talking of enjoyment or freeing from the shackles of someone else's control. Then why are we celebrating Republic Day? You can just unmute and speak.
So we have established our own system. We have declared our sovereignty. So we have declared to the world that we are ruling ourselves right now. Independence is one thing, but ruling ourselves requires a whole setting up a whole system of things, how to function and all of it. So
Interesting.
some values and all of those are also inculcated. So that's the importance of Republic Day.
Wonderful. And to talk of it, it is somewhere at the heart of each country or each individual success is the republic and the rule book that they follow, they believe in, and they follow it in spirit. And yet, when we talk of a few countries, just take an example, nothing wrong, or I'm not belittling any other country over here, but when you look at just a country which got its independence one day before us, and has a republic in itself, and yet the directions in which both the countries have grown over the years is very different. Now the question is, we have other countries too, something like Japan, something like Singapore, which has grown from the ashes literally after being broken down and grown and built itself only based on what they believe as a constitution, as a rule book, and how they followed it in spirit. Now here's the question with regard to, why is it that some republics are working and some are failing? Why is it that in spite of having a rule book, whatever it is, you could have different rule books. I'm not here to judge which one is a right and the right wrong one, but yet having a rule book and a good one with regard to all the rules and all those things, and yet there are some countries which are failing. Why does that differentiation come in? Anyone, any thoughts?
Uh, I guess when a country makes its constitution, it should reflect the values and philosophy. There should be a philosophy behind it, and the leaders that run the country after making that constitution should strongly believe in that philosophy. If the philosophy is not very much acceptable with the people and the leaders, then those republics fail. Then the
Interesting.
constitution will be changed multiple times, or it's just not used anymore. So
Anyone else? Any
that's
other thoughts?
how I believe.
Anyone else? Pranay, Poonam, any thoughts? So again, I'm not talking for a bookic or the rule book definition of why. I'm just thinking of everyone has a rule book. Everyone has a set of policies that govern the country or govern those states or something. And yet some succeed and some fail. Why?
But maybe because there is difference in execution, what
Interesting.
they are writing and what they are doing, there is gap.
Interesting. Very much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Poonam. I think that's exactly where I'm getting to here today. So, firstly, when we're beginning with what?
I
Yes,
just
sir.
want to
Yes,
add
Rishi.
one point.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Rishi.
Um, I agree with Poonam's point. The second thing I would say is like, the future goals might be different from country to country. That is what I, like, see. Because I don't know many of politics, but I'm just telling it that future goals, like in different countries, they have different future goals. So some countries might, like have success in their constitution, and some other countries doesn't have those like the future plan, they don't achieve that goal.
Interesting. I think that's a very good perspective.
Yeah,
Okay. Yes, Pranay. Pranay, go ahead.
maybe it is because of the ethos and ideals our historical leaders has given to this country. For example, the tolerance taught by Mahatma Gandhi ji. Still, it's we study in our school times,
That's right.
mm,
No,
etc.
interesting.
That's it. Maybe, yeah.
Interesting. I think there's a lot of backdrop to behind the rule that is being written, and also the logic behind it, or spirit behind it, and how it is still enacted in actions that we see. So, okay. This is not a social class. Why I wanted to share and ask these questions was to just to put the context of how, if you're looking at a broader picture of the country level, the reason why republic is important and the reason why a lot of people succeed or fail are these two fundamental things. One is a rule book that you follow, is what is it that you believe in, the values that you want to uphold. And the second is how are you executing it? Because a lot of people know and talk about the rules, about what is it that they follow, but in spirit and in action, it has a divergence. And that is what we are looking for here. Let's share stories and experiences about what you believe in. What are the things that you follow in your life as a mantra? It could be in your personal life, it could be in your professional life, or in the social life. What is it that you pursue and you believe in? And how is it that you live in spirit all those things that you have as a rule book for yourself? We are looking for stories and experiences or insights about the constitution of your life. Let's begin with Poonam. Puram, your time will start as soon as Sri Krishna's. Okay, once you start Sri Krishna, please start the time. Please, everyone, we have 2 to 3 minutes for every speaker who is wishing to express themselves about the theme. And we have Sri Krishna will be the timer. So you can see a small block of the time at the on Sri Krishna's screen. Poonam, the stage is yours.
When you turn the pages of my life, you will find many chapters. Each one shaped me, who I am today, and together they form my constitution, my rule book. And it is built on basically three things. Number one, the quality of the pages I received. Number two, the stories I write on them. And number three, pen. Yes. The quality of the pages I received. My parents From my earliest memories, I watched them giving magnanimously, uplifting others, and serving selflessly. And those values are the foundation of my life. I never, I never shy away from giving. Perhaps not the way they did, but in my own little way. Giving brings joy to me and define who I am. Number two, the stories I write on that book. Some are of joys, some are of happiness, others are of, you know, rainy days. There are few stories that are bathed in sunshine, but each time I allowed myself to feel those emotions fully. When I was sad, I embraced sadness. When I was happy, I let it show. I cried when I needed to. At least I was true to my emotion. I tripped, I stumbled, I fall. I faced the moment of embarrassment. Sometimes I swallowed my pride and ate humble pie. But each time, I rose and bounced back. Yes, with resilience. This is number two of my rule book. And three is I always wrote what I felt. I never, I never felt sorry for being real. As a human being, we have our wildest thoughts. And I never, pull myself back while writing. So, all in all, these three things. Number one, kindness. Number two, resilience. Number three, being real. And I'm so proud of my constitution. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Poonam. Interesting. I love the way you organized your thoughts with regard to the three things that you wanted to share and the depth with which each of those chapters or each of those facets were beautifully narrated and constructed. Thank you. I loved in totality the constitution that you follow and how you presented it as well. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Let's move to the next speaker who would like to come. Tamudran?
Yes.
Okay,
Hi, sir.
the stage is yours, Tamudran.
Yes. So basically, I am very fond of being very honest and open. So it is sometimes it is mostly it is good, but many times it counterproducts also, right? Certain places I will have to show up certain things, but there it is very hard for me to show something different than what I am. So that's something I follow up. And certain times I'm trying to enact, okay, I have should not be like that. Certain places I have to be. So that is one thing which I. And next is the discipline, which is something which I from childhood itself. So that came up from my parents, right? So they were very disciplined. My father was very disciplined. So even 1 minute also he will take care. That time he want to do that, he will not do it, even whatever case it is, right? So he's a very disciplined. So same thing, I'm not like that. Just at least 50% of what is he is doing, I'm doing. So the discipline thing, that is second thing. And next is the hard work, right? So my family is some of my family members were business and they do hard work and things like that. So I am used to that. Okay, that's how it should be like. And next is helping poor people, right? So when poor people is there and someone is saying that they cannot or something, I do my best to help. But certain times they cheat and go, right? So they just say like that. Then I realize after sometimes, okay, it is not true. They did it like that, right? So that is something. And these are resilience, right? Resilience. Right? So basically, be resilient to when there is a problem, right? So I remember a place when I'm going to write an exam, right? Get the hall ticket. At that time, I met an accident. It's a final exam, right? So in my college, right? So then I was going to a hospital doing surgery, all those things. So it was a situation which I have to do surgery, no other way. After surgery with plaster and everything, with that I was allocated a separate place to write the exam. So despite that, I was able to clear that, and it was a very tough situation. So that I was able to, I'm used to that. So in a difficult situation, also I will be like the same thing, and I will come out. So it's okay like that. So that's something which I think helped me in my life. So with that, I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Damodar. I think those are very interesting and honest, simple and yet hard to follow rule books that you are doing, that you're following. Thank you for those. I think one question that I had while you shared about helping the poor, because this is a dilemma that I often face, that you are often cheated in places where you do it with a true intent, and yet sometimes it is misused or manipulated or uh, taken in a wrong context. How do you still hold on to that kind of a rule or that kind of a pursuit that you still want to help despite having those questions in your mind? I just want a quick answer on that. How do you stay in service of others despite having those questions? Is it really worth it or not?
Yes, that I am still trying. Sometimes I resist my temptation to help, and then second time I somehow think so. Some certain circumstances I'm holding it, and second certain things I'm still helping. So it is
Interesting.
crossing like that. So I'm still learning it. So where to help, where not to be
Because
like that.
when you shared that, I was reminded of Sudha Murthy's interview when one interview she was asked because she's a philanthropist, and it's like she gets a situation often that she knows 7 or 8 out of the 10 times that she's asked for a donation or something like that. She has those questions in her mind, whether is it really needed or is it just that wanting to cling on to the money and then where it goes, what it happens, and we don't know. So that's a question that she was also asked, and I was surprised at how she's making those choices. And she said that you will have places, you will always have places where you will be misused. Your intent to serve will often go in vain as well because it was manipulated by someone, and still keep doing it because you never know. It's like that one thing among the rule of law which says that if you have 99 people who are not guilty, don't punish the one who's not guilty just because you think you're going to punish everyone else. So in that
Yes.
context, it's always there. From your heart,
Okay.
you do it with the intent and something that I learned from Sudha Murthy's that interview. Thank you, Damodar, for sharing
Okay.
that.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Let's move on to the next person who's coming up. Uh, Hi all, whoso is joining in late. Ajay, Shruti, Uma ma'am, Dinesha. Good to see so many old timers also. I was just scanning through the last 2, 3 years pictures of the open mic virtual ones who attended. And I could see, I'm happy to see a few of them over here today. Thank you for joining. Rishi, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Rahul, for this wonderful opportunity. Um, I would say that my constitution would be in terms of I would say professionally, because I'm working as an AI engineer. So recently I had learned about Google ADK, which is Agent Development Kit, and I did one small mistake. Like I didn't use Google ADK into one of my project in my office. So that was the first time, like, made me very, I would say, like, I was so sad because I didn't use ADK and I sent it to my employee, and he's, like, calling back to me and, shouting that you have not used ADK. I mean, what is your problem? Are you not, you don't want to learn it seriously? So I would say that that is one of my mistakes which I have done, which is also a part of my constitution. In my professional constitution, in my personal life, I would say that I have like brought up from a good family. Even my mother and father are also, like, they are good. But what I tend to do is I used to, see my father and mother. And then what happened is, like, like, I do the same thing, but it's not 100% positive. It is kind of like negative. For example, if I, like do something wrong, I don't know what is wrong, but my father and mother will tell you this is wrong. You have to speak only in this manner. But that is also, you can learn something in life. And I would say that as Poonam, I don't write anything. Serious, I don't write anything. Um, yeah, so I don't write anything. I just, tell it out. And I'm also a people's person. And I have also got many friends from Speak Magic Toastmaster Club. I just want to mention Toastmaster Club because there we might be in Toastmasters. You might be having professionals. You might be having your own friends of my age, or there are many things. But still, this is my constitution.
Thank you, Rishi. Interesting, professional world and the personal world. Has it ever happened to you that something that you personally follow as a rule book or as a rule in your personal life is
Mm.
contrary to what you can possibly do in your professional world? I'm just asking a question that I often feel because we often have double standards when it comes to this part of my life. I follow this, and this part of my life, this is a bit dicey. It's an open question to anyone. Just think of it and see if there's a certain rule book that works somewhere and you don't follow it elsewhere. Just think of it. And let's move to the next speaker who's coming up. Pranay,
Yes.
stage is yours.
How many of you watch cricket or love cricket? Oh, thank you. We all are in the same boat. Thank you, Rahul, for this opportunity. It's really a different theme. On one side, my heart, I'm tempted to watch the ongoing match currently, T20 cricket. But on the other side, I told myself that no, when there is an opportunity to speak, just utilize it. And I believe in something, learning something new every time. And this is my first rule because 2 years back, I've realized when a new web series called Family Man, if all of, any of you know this, yeah, I watched it like 10 episodes at a time in a single day. But like even after a day, like I felt like it's something I wished for. Like I wanted to watch another web series. Like I felt like no amount of entertainment is enough for you, no matter how much. Like for example, if you scroll for 10 hours a day, that amount of entertainment is not enough for you. That dopamine is, you feel like having it more. So self control is something I'm really working on. And coming to the third rule, which is whenever I walk into the Toastmasters meeting or any other public platform, uh, few of them complimented me. Pranay, you look so energetic. You look so energetic. I really don't know why they are saying. I thought myself. I've realized that it comes from being healthy. No matter so like healthy. No matter how much busy I am in a day, I'll make time for doing some physical activity, some form of some sort of physical activity. So this is my third rule. Uh, I really wish everyone to have this energy in your life. That's it, Rahul. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pranay. Interesting. I like the fact about keep learning, build self-control, and being healthy. Very much practical, and I think these are some kind of a universal laws that all of us can definitely work on. And you also added up or topped it up with an example of why and how you are able to pursue them, or you're learning in the process of learning that. Thank you, Pranay, for that. Let's move to the next speaker. Who would like to come? Jaman? Okay, Srinivas, go ahead. I'll come to Jaman after that. Okay, perfect. Srinivas,
Yeah.
stage is yours.
Hello everyone, a very good evening. So, our country's constitution has around 448 articles, 12 schedules, 25 parts. I actually do have the book here right with me. This constitution runs the country of 1.4 billion people. But for me, my constitution is quite simple. It's just two rules. One is the rule of self-respect. Always always have your self-respect with you. Nothing is more important than your own respect. As a kid, I was bullied a lot, and that had inhibited my confidence and my ability. I couldn't do things which I loved because I used to think that people will laugh at me or somebody will stop me. There was some sort of an external disturbance. That's because of which I couldn't do things that I loved, like dancing, like singing. Uh, but after a long time and in a hard way, I learned that your self-respect is important. It doesn't matter what people think, and if anybody is trying to uh, push you down, you just stand up to them. That's the first rule. And the second rule is that to have an open mind. Listen to things, listen to different opinions, listen to various opinions, things you might not like, but just have an open mind because, hey, constitutions do get amended all the time. And keeping an open mind will let you update your constitution because a stagnant constitution is of no use. You need to be keep changing it. So that's the philosophy, or that's the philosophy of my constitution. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Srinivas. I think that was crisp and I think something which is deep. Uh, Easy to say and very hard to follow, and something I think from you have learned it from your experiences, and I think sharing with us about the backdrop from which you have built your constitution. Grateful to listen to those stories, and I think that's something that we all need to do, not just focus on what someone else is saying, because a large part of our constitution comes from as a kid, or how we grow up is what our parents say, or how our environment dictates our constitution. But as we grow, as we age, you get to see of what is black and white, something which is in sync with what you truly believe in, what is helping you, or is it something which is just put as a status quo by the society or the environment and how we have been doing things. Learning and building your own constitution is one of the core things of. There's no one universal one. Yeah, there are definitely universal effects of the constitution that everyone follows, but I think to the core of what we live with is something that definitely that we need to find our peace with and follow that and accept the consequences of that. So I heard a few other people sharing their own constitution, and definitely, like Thamotran mentioned, it has its own plus and minus. Sometimes it backfires, but yet because you believe in it and you're embracing the consequences of it, it's something that you are still at peace with. Thank you. Thank you, Srinivas, for that wonderful, crisp, and very deep insight. Let's move to the next speaker. Hi, I'm seeing Lakshmi Sri Ajay. Hi, Sid. Good to see you. And let's move to Jaman now. Jaman, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. I was waiting for my turn. I was late by a few minutes, but it's great listening to everybody's, and I was noting down their points. Great rules to live by, and something to learn from everybody's speech, as I always say. As we celebrated the Independence Day because it gave us the freedom, but we also celebrate the Republic Day. It taught us how to live with that freedom, right? So now, I was just thinking that a country needs the constitution to live by. I also need my own constitution to live by, like within my own small world. Now I have like few set of rules which are non-negotiable. That goes with health. Anything to do around health, whether it could be food, workout, meditation, giving proper rest. At the same time, pushing my limits to a point where it pushes me to move forward. So that's always there, balancing it in such a way that I could enjoy my late 50s, late 70s, or whatsoever, to whatever time I've received in this world. And, coming down to second point that has really been in the recent times is showing up even in bad days, right? We all have like days when we feel extremely good, and what I've noticed is like in the days which are in our favor, everybody can perform. But when the days are not in our favor, that's when we got to be disciplined and live by a rule saying it's all right. I'm not going to get 100%, but just go and get 3% of that. And that does help. So, first, health is non negotiable from all the front, and showing up is very, very, very important. And third to go by is like, uh, yeah, discipline over drama, of course. No overnight success. Lately, I've been thinking, on investment front, etc., etc. On the real estate or wherever. Like I'll just give an example. For a long time, I think 8 months back, I was trying to buy silver. It was, I think, 1 lakh kg. And for some reason, I don't know, I bought some and I didn't buy all. So today I was just in the morning calculating, oh, if I had invested, maybe I would have saved the 10 lakhs today. I was like, wow, that's my savings of maybe years, from my salaries and all. Anyways, yeah, discipline over drama, and that does help. So these three are the constitution of my personal life that do help me. Of course, there are days when I'm not able to follow, but just try to stick to it to like whatever percentage I could. And yeah, so wrapping up, thank you so much for this opportunity. I got to talk. It was, impromptu, honestly. I just got, like, I was listening to others, then this is what the topics today. Last few days have been extremely busy. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Jaman. I think good solid pointers. Health showing up in discipline over drama. Looking at silver because I'm in the jewelry business, so I know how it feels. It's always a case. Last year it was about Bitcoin. The year before that it was about the Indian equity market. It'll always be there. So, but yes, doing what you have to and sticking to whatever the consequences of it or how it benefits. It's something that we need to look at because it's always said there's a reason why the rear view mirror is smaller and the windshield that you have is bigger. You can only look forward. In the back, in the hindsight, everything can be corrected or everything can be, okay, I did not do this, I did not do this. And there's so much of a thing that you can add drama to with looking at it in the hindsight. But that's not how life is. Life is in the windshield of where you're moving forward. Thank you. Thank you, Jaman, for that. Let's move to the next speaker. Who's coming up? Sri Krishna? Abdul? I can't hear you.
I
Abdul, are
can
you
go
there?
with now.
Yes, Abdul, I can hear you now. Sri Krishna, will you go after Abdul?
Okay.
Okay, Lakshmi, good to see you, and we'll come. Thank you. You opened your video. Otherwise, I was thinking, which Lakshmi is it? You should write it as Ellen because you are our dear Ellen, and you'll always be Ellen only for us. Yep, Abdul, the stage is yours.
Yeah. So my constitution of like after a lot of efforts and lot of analyzing, um, it's hard to me like uh, realizing my own strength. So the the first strength which I have realized is that like keep the things as much as simple as you can. So there is no last minute hurry burry. This habit is from within me from the long time, but recognizing it is a it's take long time to me. So why? Because I'll give some examples. Whenever 10th exams, intermediate, board exams, so people used to say 20 matches, 20 hours, something like this, but I never used to do the last minute preparation. So what I believe is that so 1 year you have going to the college or school, so my preparation will start from right from the beginning. So one habit I have realized is that before the exams, I used to sleep one day before. I never open in my entire career any book before any exams. So that's the realization I have. I directly whatever I prepared, whatever I have throughout the entire year, so I will be prepared, and that habit is same habit I am following in my professional. Whenever the meeting is happens, I'll come up with the notes and my points. I'll go with the preparedness. That helps me a lot, just to keeping the thing simple and going any meeting with the preparedness in my professional career. That helping me asking the more questions relating whatever the context is going on. Uh, this take me lot of time to realization, but that one thing I'm just following from long time onwards. I've realized. Another thing is like helping the people. Someone has said the one rule book I have to helping the people is I don't go intentionally to the people to help. Whoever it is coming in my way, I'll help with them. That's the simple rule I have kept. So I'll not go each and every home to help the people. So if I am going in a certain path, in a certain goal, the people are coming to me and asking for any kind of information or help, definitely I will help with them. So that's the two rule. The third rule is like keeping myself as a fit, and every 3 days in a week I'm going to the gym. Some certain times I'm sleeping over it, but still try to keeping the discipline running. These are the three things, and one of the habit I have improved is reading the books. Till now I've completed somewhere around 50 books. Still I'm learning. What happens means, so the peop by reading a book, what will happen, you can easily read the mind of the people, so which I am reading right now. That's the different kind of scenario that will give you the different kind of eyes to read the people. So whenever you have aware of some certain kind of thing, the seeing to the people, seeing to the particular situation entirely, that will be change around. So these are the things. Simple, keep it simple. Yes.
Interesting. Thank you. So now everyone heard the second point clearly. If you ask help to Abdul, he won't come and give you. So everyone, I'm sharing the number in the group. If you have any 40, 50,000 need, you ask him. He'll definitely help. He won't give it to you beforehand.
But I wouldn't say that how much balance I have in my account.
No, no, we don't need the balance. We just need whatever we are asking. You see
No,
how it
but
is.
that's the thing. That's why I'm just like I'm not
Just
announcing the
kidding.
people.
Just
Just kidding.
pulling.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Abdul, for sharing that.
Uh,
Pretty simple. Now, I love the fact that it's often something that people come up to me and say this, that we all live in a flow. We all lead our everyday life in a flow. And it is until we get topics or thoughts or ideas like this where we need to sit down and think that we actually start pondering over these things. Is there something that I follow consistently? Like Abdul Baksha mentioned about the preparation part of it is something that he has realized. So that's something what we at Speak Up Club believe in. At the heart of it is giving those small little opportunities where you can reflect. Because a lot of learning can happen, may not be from books or anything outside, but from sheer reflection of our lived experiences. And that's the thing that we want to create as an opportunity for not just for us or what you're sharing, but also for yourself of how you look at life and what you have as a entire storyline about your life that you have lived. Because it's often a case, life passes like this.
yeah.
Until you pause, look back what you see, and go deeper sometimes. Is it really like this? It helps us give that thought. And that's what we want to ignite. Thank you. Thank you, Abdul, for sharing that. Let's move to the next speaker. Do we have Sri Krishna? Are you okay to go last or later, or Ellen?
Yeah.
Ellen wants to run now. Okay, after this, we'll come to Sid. We'll come back to you. Ellen, the stage is yours.
Yeah.
Everyone wants Lakshmi, but we in Speaker Club want only Ellen. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, my life, I have a lot of rules. I will not listen anyone. What is good for me, it not affect for others like that I will see. It's good for others like that. I will not listen. For example, my childhood careers, I will not listen my parents. They asked me to take um, science group. I take an engineering. So marriage, they told you need to get married from Tamil Nadu. I married from Karnataka. Like in office, they used to tell me you have to do like this. Even big MNCs, I don't listen them. But end of the day, my father is happy. My because of my that I chose engineering. Again, I again happy my parents because of I have married girl from Karnataka. Basically, I'm from Pondicherry, two state like that, right? Right? That all we are done, but they are happy. Again, office also they happy. Reason my productivity, they will not measure like scale. Even scale is not enough. So like that, I have all reason today also actually. I came for office work, but I met my friend again. I did my office work like that. Actually, not planned. I just go with flow. So like that, if you're doing life, what all they used to tell, right? You should not accept that lot of things you are thinking it should be happen. It should be happen. Expectations. For me, no expectations. For example, I can tell now 70 years who is lived, right? Like that, I have lived happily. Listen, that much experience I'm exploring. If I'm actually for office also, instead of 8 hours, I will use to work 14 hours. How that you can tell, right? Cricket, I will love to play. 24 hours, you asked me, means I will play. The similar thing what I am doing, office also. If night I will not get sleep right, I will work. If I'm traveling somewhere, I will work. Just like that. Not a workaholic. Before they will say now workaholic boost or something. Nothing is there. Whenever in office hours, if I will go and sleep also in front of my boss, reason he know he will do his work more than that. So like that, if you're taking that life, it will not actually me before I will think what is this much complicated like that. But nowadays I'm feeling life is very easy if you love and slow down how the earlier 50 years ago they lived like that. I'm trying now mobile free hours again. Wife also some gap we need to give. I just traveled now, so like that family gap everything if you are giving the all. Rahul also said I think somewhere sometimes you should travel two times actually, with wife and without wife or something like that. I hear that one. Yeah, that all like that, right? It's nice. So that is my rule. Don't listen anyone. What is to flow, you can go with that. Thank you.
Record
Thank,
the clip
thank you.
with wife, without wife.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Ellen, thank God you didn't say with your wife and with someone else's wife. Thank you, Ellen. I think it's always fascinating to listen to you. I think something we have, Ellen has been a part of our inner circle also for a long time, and one of the trademark that he has is the way he speaks is something which is on a lighter tone, and yet he brings in something which is deep and profound. And thank you, Ellen, for not. I won't say not listening to me. I don't know whether I said it to you or I didn't say it to you that do what you want. And I'm not sure whether doing is listening to me or not listening to me. That's a big confusion that I have. Anyways, yeah, thank you, Ellen. Today morning I tried to not to listen to someone. First he said give me 500, and after that he said give me 1,000. Now I won't leave you without 1,000. The police officer didn't let me go out because I was not listening to him. It was a bad day. Yep. Thank you, Ellen. Let's move to the next speaker. Sid, you want to go next?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Which part of the world are you in now?
California, US.
Okay. Welcome. Let's get going. The stage
Yeah,
is yours.
yeah. So, hi everyone. My name is Siddharth. So, pretty much the first line that I read in, when we had this invitation for this particular meeting, there was a line written, "Is freedom really free?" So, I love that line because pretty much it's not. I'll explain you something. See, there is a story. There's a famous historic story. There is a convo between a king of Chedi, whose name is Shishupal, and Krishna. So Shishwal, he was given the boon by Krishna that I'll excuse your 100 mistakes. Once you complete your 100 mistakes, I'm gonna kill you. But that person misinterpreted this line, thinking that the freedom to do 100 the act of doing 100 mistakes or getting excused for doing 100 mistakes is the freedom to do 99 mistakes, and that's basically not it. It was basically that unintentionally if some mistakes happen, I'll excuse you. You wantedly do 99 mistakes and think that your instincts and your reflexes would not tolerate you to do the 100th mistake is basically something out of your head. So in this way, if we think, there are many rules which I follow are misinterpreted. For example, one rule which I love is never look in your past because that is not something you could change. Don't look into the future and plan big things because that's not something under your control. Example, silver and gold rates. You cannot do anything in that. So pretty much just do something that you're doing right now in the most in the most dedicated and devotional manner. See, if you basically read the whole Ramayana 10 to 20 times, nowhere it was written that Lord Sita is crying on the point that she has asked for the golden deer, nor is Lakshman crying that he left Mata Sita in the ashram just because he heard some demon screaming as Sri Ram. Nor did Sri Ram cry that why did I go behind that golden deer after knowing it was a demon. So they basically cried on their faith that they were not together. That's it. They didn't cry on the mistakes that happened in the past, rather concentrated what should I do right now. So that's the way how you have to live the life is what I believe. There was one more line that I'm coming across recently because there's a tough time going on over here in US, as you guys know in the news and everything. So pretty much there was a line. People are getting motivated listening to that line at least that nothing is in our hands. What will happen will happen. So let's leave it. Let's not give it a hard eye. guys, see that line that what will happen is when you protect your surroundings how much ever you can. It doesn't mean leave everything and run away from all the responsibilities and everything. Fear is a very valuable thing. Please keep it. So yeah, that is one more rule that when I listen to some inspirational line, doesn't matter that I'll just follow it blindly what people say around me. I will follow it in the way I believe it is correct. So that's one more constitution that I follow. So pretty much all these rules that I'm explaining are the life lessons given to us through stories, historic stories, grandmother and mother's values and everything. But pretty much there is a high possibility we misinterpret them rather than hiding away the crux and the real meaning of it. So pretty much, yeah, the last and final rule that I follow along with these rules are I understand what it is, and then I follow it rather than just not knowing what it is and just following it off. So pretty much that's it. And yes, I one of the rule I just love. I heard to the speeches beforehand. I am sorry, I don't know who told it, but I also become deaf when I get unwanted suggestions when I'm doing something. So I don't listen to people when I don't want suggestions. It's like I will try first. If I fail, then I would need your suggestions. So let me try. Yeah. For example, when I was like kid, my dad is the reason that I became deaf. He was the person who motivated me to become deaf when I am trying something. So once I was like trying to lift weights, like they were big, and I was a bit tiny at that time. So my dad was, yeah, lift it, keep it there, and we are done. We try it. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do, your life, your leg, your wish. So my mom and my grandmom from the side, they were like, he's so tiny. If he can't lift them, even if he lift them, he will fall. My dad was like, wait, if he hurt himself, would you two not take care of him? Would you two not apply bandage or something? Let him take the risk experience. Let him see what will happen. He will learn. एक पाँव अगर टूट गया ये अभी भी is young enough that वो पाँव फिर से जुड़ जाएगा. Is not in his 60s or 70s कि अगर पाँव टूट गया तो फिर से नहीं जुड़ेगा. So it's okay. I don't care. So yeah, maybe that is also one of the greatest rules that I follow. If my kid is trying something, I would also try. Until and unless he's trying to lift a car or coming in front of a car, I would stop him, of course. But small things, it's okay. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Rahul, you're on
Yeah,
mute.
yeah. One thing, I think what you can work on definitely is your listening, Sid.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Good. I'm not going to say that because you just said that you're not going to listen to advice if you don't need it.
Oh, come on. That is not what I
Just
meant.
kidding. Just
That's what I
kidding.
said. See, any rule should not be misinterpreted, is what I said.
The interpretation, it all boils down to whose interpretation. Thank you, Sid. I think that was wonderful. Good practical. I love the way you bring in Indian mythology or the stories of Dadi or the personal experiences that you've had and subtly put across the message that you want to share. Thank you. It's always fascinating to listen to that narrative that you create rather than just telling us. It's the way you build it up is something which is fascinating. Thank you. With that, let's move to Dinesha. Good to see you, Dinesha. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Rahul, sir. With a small word, I have a simple constitution, sir. That is very simple. I have a small family like wife, son, father, mother, and the work for office. With that, how can I can able to contribute? Morning, I'll support my wife for breakfast. That is the first rule because she will take care about me. Before leaving the house, there is a small habit of kissing her, and I'll go to office every day. I'll try to put whatever the effort I can able to do it with my satisfaction, not for my boss, not for the company, because as if whatever the payout they are giving, I have to contribute whatever I can able to do it. Without whatever I give, I'll get something. That means a business outcome. With that, I could able to take care of my family, parents. At the same time, second rule is helping. There is a my owner one dog is there. I'll before going to office, I'll try to put some food to that, and also talking good things with my colleagues, friends, whoever it is there. And I have a habit of because because I'm here, they bought me my parents and all calling them whenever I'm having a breakfast or even lunch or even dinner. Okay, during that time I remember over my clothes. First is if I am there in office, I'll remember my wife. After completing the tiffin box, she will send it along with me, right? After completing that, I'll remember whether my wife had her food or not. I'll call her. At the same time, I call my father. With these the simple rules I have, not complicating. At the same time, how can I have my peace of mind with the distraction what we have with the smartphone and all? I tried myself be peaceful. Physically, I can able to do because morning I have a 10-minute schedule. There is a YouTube Mizi, a Chinese lady. She will come up with aerobics and all. She's very beautiful. I'll follow her 10 minutes exercise to maintain my physical fitness. And mental peace, I am trying exploring myself because of I am disturbed with the digital world. I have to explore that. Thank you, Ram sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Physical peace, 10 minutes, Chinese, beautiful. I heard all those words in that sequence. I get where you get your motivation from. Every day morning, 10 minutes. But I love the fact. Thank you. Thank you, Dinesha. It's often said the biggest challenge is not to accomplish those complex things. It's in doing these small little things on an everyday basis. And I think that's a big, big challenge because we often think of so many big, big things that we want to accomplish or the rules that we want to follow and make it so complicated that we forget that if you're able to just do the small things right on a consistent basis, in a long run, that's all that's required. And I think Dinesha, you have shared those beautiful, simple, actionable things that I think we can follow as or emulate you and the way you find peace or you are helping others or you're doing what you are doing with regard to your family or your job. Simple roots and yet very deep. And if you're able to do it consistently for a long time, great work. Thank you. Thank you, Dinesha, for sharing those wonderful rules that you follow. And I think your life is blessed from just pursuing those simple things, and it's massively different from anyone or a lot of people who have far more complex rules. Thank you, Dinesha. Let's move to the next speaker who's coming up. Anish, are you there? Anish, Uma ma'am, Ajay, and Kaushik, and Sri Krishna. If not anyone else, Sri Krishna, you can go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Anish.
This
Where are
is
you joining
Anish.
us from?
My mother recommended me to join this, so I did.
Now we want to know who's your mother.
That is kind of confidential because I don't know whether she wants me to reveal it.
No problem. No problem. I'm just pulling your leg. Okay, Anish, you want to share something? You want to express
Yeah.
what's your constitution?
No, actually, I just saw this message my mother sent me like an hour ago, I guess.
Okay.
So I
Go ahead.
read the whole message, like the forwarded message, like it was about Constitution. And
Okay.
before your introduction, I really thought that it was about Republic Day.
Okay.
And I thought this was going to be some boring lecture about uncles explaining how India works.
I'm really sorry if we have disappointed you.
No, well, after hearing everybody's how do I say this, experiences and
Yes.
insights on their constitution, it's good.
Thank you. Do you have anything to share about what you follow? Anything impromptu, something
Uh,
that comes to your mind?
I will. Before that, I'm going to give a small introduction.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
My mother lives in Vijayawada, which is a city in Andhra Pradesh, and I live in Rajahmundry.
Oh, cool. So yeah,
So
I know both the
I'm a
places.
medical student,
Nice.
and I'm the class representative of my
Oh,
class.
nice.
So there are a lot of lessons I added to my constitution recently after surviving in the shitfall.
Go ahead.
Like we had cynical superiors. Like even though they're doctors at face, like I learned a lot of good things and also bad things.
Hmm.
So one of the good things I learned that I always to keep my mouth shut. My words could influence everyone, and everybody are listening to my words. So the lesson I learned from this in these kind of incidents is always to keep my mouth in control, because there are many situations like we would like to share our opinions, but in reality they wouldn't matter anyway. So I always learn the lesson to uh, keep my mouth shut at all times, but the correct way to explain it is your words must be golden. the moment it comes out of your mouth. So people must learn to value your words. So you couldn't just drag a loose talk everywhere. And the next thing is always to be patient. Like, this is all just simple lessons I learned. I couldn't give the correct lesson I learned from this college, but I'll try to because this is my first time. So,
Definitely.
and the second lesson I learned is always to observe people. Like, people judge others easily, especially in this position. I used to judge a lot of students because juniors arrived recently to our college, and many of them looked kind of rude. But after speaking with them, they were good. So I would say that never judge a person
Interesting.
based on their looks and their first impressions. They might be crucial for the first impression, but still, it's better to observe them more.
Interesting.
Mm,
Anything else, Anish?
mm. Yeah, I'm trying to because this is my first
That's
time.
okay. That's okay. So yeah, we have 2 to 3 minutes for people to share. You had 3.5 minutes. Is it okay if we move to the next person?
You can.
Perfect. I think, thank you. I think if you are a student and the thoughts that you have had, I think it's the formative years. So definitely there are a lot of things that as rules,
I
like
need to
you
learn.
mentioned,
Yeah, there are a
as
lot
you
of things I
mentioned,
need to
these are
learn.
formative. So because when you
Mm,
said keep your mouth shut is one, I could resonate that with who or how I was maybe 20 years back when I was a student and how
mm,
thinking that keeping to myself is, or possibly, like you said, the silence is a better option. But as a communication coach, as a public speaker, I realize that it's the limitation is not in speaking, it's in what and how you
mm,
speak. Like you also added the point
mm.
about words must be golden. It must weigh in its worth in gold. So in that sense, yeah, very well. So you are these are formative years. I think the way you experience and explore these facets, you form your own constitution as you move forward in life, and
Yes,
something that
I'm
you
not a
can
mature person to express myself because my
everyone.
impressions are in the verge of making.
Definitely, definitely. That's very well said. So yeah, I think all of us equally. For me, if I'm closer to 40 now, so even for me, when it compares to my father's generation, I'm still in making. I'm work in progress. So in that way, there's a lot of things that we need to evolve as we grow. The lessons that we learn sometimes, or the rules that we follow, and the way we have built them, is something that we need to evolve and keep assessing whether it's appropriate for this age, this time, and how is it that it's helping me move forward. That's a wonderful way to think about it. Thank you, Anish, for your age. I'm glad that you could share these thoughts and come to an open platform, listening to your mother, and share something like this with all of us, with all the diverse community that we have. I wouldn't have done it at the age of 20 or at the early parts of my life. I would not have done it, and you're doing it. That's an
Mm,
accomplishment. Thank you. Thank you for being
Thank
here
you,
and
thank
sharing
you,
with us. Let's stay
thank
in
you,
for the
thank
others and the thoughts that they are sharing. Who's coming
you.
up next? Uma, would you like to share something, or are you traveling?
Yeah, I'm traveling. I can't switch on my video.
No problem, ma'am. If you still want to share something,
Yeah.
okay, the stage is yours, ma'am.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you can show it, clap your hands. Yes, that's how I live my life. Live your life, love your life, and enjoy your life. Accept it as it comes. So, as I was just wondering whether I should join the meeting or not, something inside me said, hey, Uma, you'll be missing another Speak Up Club live meeting if you don't join. So I was hopping between two meetings. I finished a TT Mania and then joined here. So that's the enthusiasm that I have towards life and also learning. Learning is a continuous process, and whenever I give a speech, I give my 100% to it, enjoy it, and I feel I miss out on something if I don't attend Speak Up Club meetings. So I made it a point that I will join in spite of travel. Just reached Tiruvannamalai, and coming to travel, what energizes me is travel too. So I was just asking myself, why do you travel so much? And then there came the answer. When you go to a new place, visit a new place, the vibes there, the cuisine, the different culture, everything fascinates me, and that's why I think maybe I keep going to different places. And then acceptance with life. Whatever happens, just go with the flow and accept it. Because, like my usual quote, the past is history, future is a mystery, and the present is a pastry. So go live in the now and accept it. So that's my constitution. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Crisp and sharp, and always grateful that you make out the effort and take out the time to join these sessions, because for your perspectives and the experiences that you have had in your life, coming from you, means a lot. Thank you, Mama. Let's move to the next person. Kaushik, are you there? Kaushik, Ajay, Sri Krishna, go ahead. The stage is yours. You're on mute. Yeah.
I follow three rules in my life. Okay.
A bit forward if it's possible. Yeah,
Is it
this
fine
looks
now?
good. Yeah, good. Looks good. Go ahead.
I generally follow three rules in my life. The first rule is ye vali, tani vali, means my way is the highway. So I generally I am very bold in terms of decision making, be it taking the taking commerce in my degree days, or despite I have a small regret. I could have took finance in my MBA days, so instead of human resources. But even despite that, despite that regret, I feel that okay, anything I want to. I'll burn my hands and see. So that is that I don't know that is has been my mindset from a very long time. Whatever it is, take the decision. Don't know it is right or wrong. If it is wrong, we can learn from it. If it is right, okay, go ahead. But I don't want to be in a dilemma. So whenever I am in a dilemma, I don't take the decision only. That is far better. That is my rule number one. And rule number two is kind of punctuality. Nowadays, it is somewhat sometimes difficult, but I ensure, be it a speak up event or in my office, 99% I be there on time. But that has been a kind of a rule, and I really love to follow it. In my school and college days, though, I can say that the 9:30 a.m. Class, I not even a single day I came at 9:30. That was the kind of punctuality I maintained in my school college days. That is the second point. And third point is being consistent. So when it comes to workout, now if I am giving break, I am consistent in giving a 3 to 4 months break. And even if I am working out, I am consistent in working out for 3 to 4 months. So in either ways, in a positive way or negative way. So one thing I can proudly say about me is that I go by the rule of consistency. Whatever it is, good or bad, do it consistently. That is the mantra I follow. These are the three rules which I follow in my life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sri Krishna. Wonderful. So good to hear you. Again, for the others, Sri Krishna has been a part of our community for the past over 3+ years now. In the circle members, and the way I see him grow and evolve over this period. If you go back, the recordings are all there. So you can always go back to 3 years, 4 years back recording and see him, and the way he has evolved is something that I take a lot of pride in. Thank you, Sri Krishna. Wonderful structuring, great way in the pointers and the content that you shared. Backed it up with your personal experiences, and great rules to live by. Simple and yet sharp enough for you to keep going forward. Thank you, Sri Krishna. Let's move to the next person who's left. Ajay, Kaushik, any one of you all still want to share, express something? Otherwise, we'll get to the end of today's session. Ajay, Kaushik, anyone there? Or you don't want to share? It's okay if you don't want to share as well. But yeah, I leave it to you. If you'd just like to acknowledge also. Ajay, are you there?
Uh, yeah, hi Rahul. This is the first time
Okay.
joined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, I'll go ahead. Uh, so basically, I just saw the theme, my life, my rules. So I just want to share a few things. So I mean, for a long time, I never lived by my own rules. So during childhood, the rule was simple, like complete your homework and get that extra time for playing. So that was all about freedom. So I thought that was the rule uh, during our childhood days. And in school, it has taught completely different set of rules. It was more like score well and you'll be free later. I actually believed that. And I went to intermediate, and that was completely different again. It was neither black nor white. It was in a completely gray zone. The rules were invisible. And BTech, it was all about career, getting a job, and corporate life. And lately, I realized in the corporate life that I was not living life by my own rules. Then I just took one step back and started retrospecting myself. So, uh, what is the next milestone? I mean, I stopped asking like, what is my next milestone, rather than I just started asking, is this what kind of life do I really want? So then slowly the rules have started flowing. So yeah, my rules now have become quite simple. First rule is uh, my mornings belong to me. So I'm these days I'm in love with the slow mornings, like early walks, morning exercise, a meditation, a healthy life, and healthy food. So this is my rule one, and I don't want this to change at all. And coming to the rule two, money can't buy few things, and in that one thing is peace, peaceful mind. So that is like my second rule. And the third would be, this is actually my WhatsApp note actually. Which goes like this: yad bhavam tad bhavati, which says you become what you think. So I really like this quote, and I remember a small story where it goes like this. I just saw this story in an Instagram post where it says, in everyone's life there are two two wolves. One is happy wolf, and the other one is unhappy wolf. If you feed your brain with a calm, confident, and happy thoughts, the happy wolf will start getting grow. It starts growing. And when you feed negative thoughts and no gratitude, then the unhappy wolf starts dominating. So every day they start fighting each other to get control of our thoughts and our actions. Then someone asks like, who will win at the last? Then the answer is simple: the one you feed. So it's simple, like what you feed, it reflects. So growth is not internal. I mean, growth is basically internal before it is an external thing. So yeah, so these are my rules, and I'm living my rules, and I feel like this is the freedom which I have never felt before by slowly adopting these rules. So yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Ajay. First time, and it's been fascinating to listen to you, I must say. Uh, Coming from the context of how it was others' rules and what others expected of you, and then eventually growing to the person who's found what works or what he wants to live by, and having them expressed and following them and chasing to pursue them is a wonderful pursuit that you are chasing. Thank you, Ajay. That was wonderful to listen to you, and the ideologies and the thoughts are also that you also shared are something that all of us can take back home to. Thank you for sharing your rules, your constitution. Kaushik, you're the last one. If you would like to share anything. If not, yep, I think we come towards the end of today's session. I would just like to share something that I believe or I personally follow as a my constitution, I would say. And these are a few things that I've personally built over the years and something that I've lived by. Uh, just to share, the three things that I follow deeply and I strongly believe in are one is I stand by the commitments. When I say I've committed to something, it's not just for the world or someone to acknowledge or some pressure from some external force. My word is something that I look at its worth in what I have said to myself. It's something that I look at that as commitment, and I do not allow how I feel to sway the commitment that I've given to myself. The actions are not aligned to how I feel on a specific day. Come what may, I perform, I deliver, I share, I do what is required to be done. Period. There's no ifs and buts. There could be exceptions, and like somebody also mentioned, it need not be that I'm also always committed or workaholic. There are times when I say I don't want to do anything and I'll do nothing. And that's also a commitment that I give to myself. And that's something that I've always believed in. When you are staying true to your commitments, it somewhere in a massive way becomes the growth engine for how you are perceiving yourself and the respect that you give. So somebody said about self-respect. That's how we get it. The second one is I never allow myself to fall in my own eyes. When I say something that I believe in it, and it's not something that I do when I'm in the public eye. Ask yourself, would you do what you do if nobody is watching you still? As a child, I remember this one incident which happened with a teacher while I was writing in a as a writing an exam, and I knew personally that I was copying from someone, and something that teacher stood at the door in that room and turned around and went away. I always had that question whether that teacher saw me copying or not. And when the results came out, I was among the closer to the topper in the class. And I saw that teacher standing there and looking at me when the results were announced. And she didn't say a word. It kept bothering me whether she knows that I copied on that day or did not. And then I went back to her asking, "Ma'am, why were you looking at me like that?" The teacher asked me, "You tell me, why do you think I was looking at you?" And she gifted me something which I still have with me and I hold it dearly every single time. She said that today it's me, but what you need to be more bothered is about this small gift that I'm going to give you, and that's something that you need to take care of. She gave me a small piece of mirror and she asked me, it doesn't matter if somebody knows or if they don't know what you have done. What matters is do you know that you have done the right thing or not? And if you know that and believe that you have done the right thing, then there's no questioning from the world. And if you know that you have done the wrong thing, it doesn't matter if the world claps at you, you know that you have done the wrong thing. And that's something that stuck with me. And I've closely held that and always believed in the idea that you should never fall in your own eyes because that's where the entire world's perception of who you are and the world that you live in makes a difference. And finally, the third thing is something which I follow deeply because I engage with a lot of people with different titles and many without any titles. And that's the thing what I follow that I follow is keeping compassion and respect in place irrespective of the titles that people have. I eat my lunch with my staff. I sit on the same ground where they are having their lunch. I engage with people, the security guard that I enter my building with. I give the same smile to him as I give to my wife. And that's how it is. I don't differentiate between people based on the role, the category, or the stature, or the money, or any differentiating factor that we often label people with. And that's something that I've deeply followed and respected and believed in. That we are all just maybe with titles, with labels, we are born different, but at the end, we are all humans. And I just believe in that compassion and respect that we need to give to every other human, just as I would do to anyone that I'm aware of. So, those are three things that I follow and believe in, and something that I live by on a daily basis. And that's something that I'm comfortable with and makes me at peace with the life that I live. So, that's the thing that I follow and I believe in. Any thoughts, any questions about today's meeting or anything that you'd like to share else from what you've already shared? Quickly, in the next 2 minutes, we'll get going with the closure of the meeting for today. Any thoughts, anyone? Dinesha, Poonam, Srinivas, Ajay, anyone? Any thoughts before we come to a close? Tamutran, go ahead.
Yeah, it is a very good session. So we all to get to know different things, what each one of us follows, and it will be really helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tamutran. Anyone else? Any other thoughts? Abdul, go ahead.
The thing is, by listening everything, so some point of our life we have uh, did the same thing which other has did. So the thing is, we haven't realized at that point of time. So inbuilt, everybody has some of them, some of the qualities which is shared by all of them. So
That's
the
right.
realization and working on this one, it's a good thing that like we are learning the in a 1 hour session, we are learning the whole life lessons from the 12 or 15 people.
That's exactly when. So thank you for acknowledging that, Abdul, because at the heart of Speak Up Club's motive is this very thing. We're not talking about philosophies or some external world, some red thing or something external. We're talking of our lived experience and something when I know if I have to share something for 3 minutes, there's a thought that goes into my own experience in my life that I've lived for so long. And what is it that I can share that will add value to people? And if that thought is given into what you're sharing, I think it can transform the world. So that's the reason I always have this repository of all the recordings of Speak Up Club. And it's always a pleasure for me whenever I'm in a dilemma, I have a situation about specific theme or specific idea. I go back to those recordings and listen to what maybe Dinesha shared, what Abdul shared, what Umayam shared about this one topic. And that's a delight to read and listen to than any other books or any other motivational yarn that we can get from anywhere outside. So I think, yeah, that's a path or the spirit of Speak Up Club and how we have built this over the years. And we,
Somewhere I have read that like Zindagi aur kuch nahi, bas teri meri kahani.
exactly, indeed, it's not some external world, some other world.
Yeah,
It is you and me and the stories that we share. Thank
correct.
you. Thank you for sharing that, Abdul. Any other thoughts, anyone, before we come to a close?
Yeah,
Dinesh,
sir.
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Sir, we find it very difficult to attend a session, but your session is like it seems like very simple, but you will take you to somewhere else. It is like thought provoking. I was not even prepared anything. You sent a personal message. I thought I immediately replied, "Sure, sir, I'll be there." In between, we were watching Netflix Mahabharata AA series. My entire family. In between, I saw your message. Immediately, I joined. But it is very much important your session, sir. It is like a same Mahabharata only, same story, thought provoking. Different thoughts will come into picture.
Definitely, and I think it has little to do with me or the Speaker Club. It has everything to do with you allowing uh, yourself to soak in the stories and experiences that people have to share. And like Abdul was mentioning, we all find parallels. It's not that it's something new. It's just that we have not thought about it, and that connection that we build is something that makes us think through about how we are going to lead our life further and what we have experienced until now. And I think it's we all have a gold mine from our own experiences and the stories that we are listening to for the lessons that we need to lead our entire life. We don't need anything else. I've always told this to people that I'm not a avid book reader, but what I love to do is listen to these stories, listen to these perspectives where it's lived experiences. Because when it's lived, you know this is the reality, this is the truth of someone, and I think I can't get better nectar than what I see here from the stories that you all have to share. Thank you. Thank you, Dinesha. And thank you, everyone, for joining today's session. It's been an honor listening to all the stories and perspectives that each one of you all shared. The constitution that each one of you all follow is something that I think universal in its nature, something that each one of us, me at the first, would like to take back into my life about what something that you all do and how you have done it. And looking at the accomplishment that you have had with those rules is something that I want to build for myself from following those rules. I take back the wisdom that each one of you all take. I hope each one of you all have got the same amount of wisdom that you carried from the stories and experiences that all of us shared. Thank you for joining. It's been an honor to listen to your perspectives and share our experiences. Keep coming back every month on the open mic that we have with different themes and different learnings for different perspectives. See you all in the next month's open mic. If you are in Hyderabad, do join us for the in-person offline open mic that we are having. I'll be opening the Speak Up Club WhatsApp group right now. The Speak Up Club WhatsApp group. Do share your experience and feedback for today's session. Looking forward to reading your comments. While you share it, it will motivate others also to share and maybe get a FOMO to join in the next time we have this open mic. Thank you. Good night, everyone.